Bernie Madoff died 2 weeks ago, but Jim Campbell, the author of Madoff Talks, uncovering the untold story behind the most notorious Ponzi scheme in history, is joining us now. His book is coming out this week. What new can you possibly tell us? I mean, I thought it had all been written. We've had Diana Enriquez on. What did you uncover?
Okay, thanks for having me on. First off, the book is actually coming out tomorrow from McGraw-Hill, so we're very excited, honored to be on your show. And I can tell you right now, people are going to be fundamentally amazed by how little they know of this entire story. Bernie did not act alone. The regulators and the entire systemic failure was complete, from Wall Street to the feeder funds to the regulators to SIPC. There is just untold stories that are sitting right out there. This crime could have been solved in 5 minutes in several different ways, and it lasted for 40 years. I wanted to write the first definitive account of the overall story, which includes all those components I just listed, plus to become the first media source that talks about whether the family knew, and then, of course, get inside Bernie's mind.
You talk about getting inside Bernie's mind. I mean, give us a glimpse of what we are going to learn during this, because I think this is something that people are still very interested in. Yeah,
thank you. You know, you would have thought that what happened was Bernie ran a legitimate market-making business that was from scratch, became the number 3 volume market share on Wall Street. It was above the ethics of an average Wall Street firm, and he had tremendous credibility. So you would assume that what happened was he must have gotten into trouble and said, I got to double down, like take a gambler's loss, we'll get it back, and everything will be fine. Actually, inside the same compartmentalized head, he was running one of the most ethical businesses on Wall Street in the Lipstick Building on the 19th floor, 2 floors below, behind lock and key. He was running the biggest criminal enterprise in history, $65 billion Ponzi scheme. He ran both of those simultaneously, likely over 40 years.
When you talk about people who helped him, are you talking about Carl Shapiro, Jeffrey Pickauer? Are you talking about J.P. Morgan Chase? I mean, Picard tried to bring a suit against Chase. It was thrown out on standing, not on the grounds. And Chase wound up paying the federal government $3 billion, neither admitting nor denying its role in this tragedy. What did you uncover?
Okay, let me tell you, first off, Jeff Pickauer took out $7 billion from the Ponzi scheme, probably 8 times what Bernie stole. And it's unusual that there be an investor that is making more than the man behind the screen running the Ponzi scheme. Now, when I say conspirators, I say co-conspirators, the big 4, Pickauer and the other 3 gentlemen. When I say willfully blind conspirators, I'm talking about the hedge funds, the feeder funds that sent all that money into Bernie. He passed on the asset management fees into their pockets, highly unusual, essentially equivalent to bribes for them not to ask questions and not to do due diligence. Unwitting conspirators, J.P. Morgan Chase, you just mentioned them. Witless co-conspirators, his 17th floor staff, which were high school graduates purposely selected because they were unsophisticated. All of these folks essentially conspired, whether witless, witting, unwitting, willfully blind, and none of them figured out that it was actually a Ponzi scheme that we were facilitating.
Yeah, one of them, I forget the guy's name, Di Pasquale, he's dead.
Yes.
The others all went to jail. What happened to the family behind Fairfield Greenwich when you talk about the feeder funds? I mean, they're still active on Wall Street, aren't they?
I don't know how active they are now, but I can tell you right now, Bernie Madoff scripted their answers to the SEC and regulators and didn't allow any due diligence and actually wrote out what they were said. And basically, he didn't even allow these hedge funds to say that he was the managing money guru behind it. He wanted to give the image that he was running it like the market-making firm executing trades for investment firms. At the same time, he was having each firm sign a waiver that he had 100% discretion over their investments. If that isn't the definition of willful blindness, I don't know what is.
Yeah, and when you talk about those 4 who were around him, Carl Shapiro, who died, he was like 106 years old, just died within the last 6 months. Jeffrey Pickauer, the family returned the $7 billion. I think there was Stanley Chase. And the 4th one, age, it's getting...
Norm Levy. It was Norm Levy.
That's right, here in Manhattan. Jim Campbell made all the Untold story.
Norm was the old
team in history. The book comes out tomorrow. We appreciate your being here.